Take me out to see that game with all the balls, or to the wrestling ring, best out of three falls. Donnie and Randy talking wrestling and sports. We're talking the ball pit. It's the best, of course, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast. They're all shit. Rob watches the Lions every Sunday night. Who even know which team Paul supposedly likes? Tex likes the Cowboys, it's his only shortfall. Jason McLean, just a fan of sports ball. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast. They're all shit. With Randy Gilbert as our YouTube sports guy. Donnie Cho knows shit about sports, but he'll try. Donnie only knows wrestling and MMA. Together these two for the US of A.
Dun, dun, dun. I forgot to put it back up after I started. I got to talk to Donnie about changing that daggone thing around because I keep looking at it like, oh my God. At least he gave me all my teeth. I guess I should be happy with that.
Although it looks like he's trying to kiss you a couple times on some of those.
Yeah, I'm starting to worry about that. Remember, he keeps talking about all them good looking. Hey, if you're a single woman, good. I mean, you need to ask him about that. Yeah, Donnie got eaten, Nemo.
Yep, Donnie's still down in Dogman Ranch. Yeah.
I think he's getting he's a chew toy today.
And maybe Texas chew toy.
I imagine. Well, Jason left, so I'm assuming they're spooning. So that's all I can tell. Oh man,
probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah. You forget, I've been in the woods with Tex. He likes to spoon with people if he can get hold of them. Just stay out of arm's reach. It's okay, guys. Stay out of arm's reach. Well,
good to know.
Yeah. I think he's going to try and do another one 9 or so tonight or whatever. I don't know. He hadn't contacted me. He hadn't told me anything. So I'm assuming, I don't think they're doing anything tonight, but who knows?
I saw Gary already made it home.
Oh, had he? I didn't see it. So.
Yeah.
He may be coming home tonight then. Well, no, if I know Tex, he's out there. He's not going to be out. He's not going to be coming back till
he'll be out there by himself. Yeah.
By Monday, Tuesday, or whatever.
Yeah.
I take that back. He'll probably come back so he's home for the show tomorrow night for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we were sitting here talking a little bit ago about the football going on today, and I'm bringing up my NFL scoreboard because, quite frankly, don't remember half the stuff going on, so I didn't pay attention at all today.
And you know what? I was working today, so I only got to see part of the Colts and Steelers game.
Steelers, yeah.
Which is I was kind of hoping that the Steelers would win.
I was hoping the Colts because I absolutely hate Aaron Rodgers now.
I mean that's what I meant. Yeah, the Colts. Okay. But looking at these scores,
yeah.
Outside of Thursday's game when the Ravens beat the Dolphins 28-6, and the game that's going on right now, the Seahawks and Commanders, everything's pretty close.
Yeah, we're within 7 points on all of them. Well, except 49ers beating the Giants was 10.
By 10, and then there was another one.
Rams and the Saints.
Yeah, Rams and Saints. But everything else, I mean, this has been a really good week.
Oh yeah, very
for
competitive.
competitive football. Yeah. And Mickey, yeah, the Chiefs lost. You know, you talk about a classic game. Those two, the Bills and the Chiefs, they always seem to
do good
down to the very last second. And I thought Mahomes was going to do it again tonight.
I'm going to tell you right now. How many touchdown passes did Mahomes have in that game?
I don't know.
0. You know how I know this? He's my starting quarterback on my fantasy team.
And who did you have on the bench?
That one actually, I had. Who did I have on the bench on that one? That team, I think I had somebody else. It was Kyler Murray, I think, because it was somebody I grabbed late round, just to throw in there for when the bye week comes. But on my other team, which you're talking about, I've got Dak Prescott starting this week because I figure, okay, we're going against Arizona. He ought to light them up pretty good right at home.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at what Josh Allen did: 320 some odd yards and 3 touchdowns. Like
88% completion rate.
Yeah, I'm like, you got to be kidding me! I never figured that he'd do that against or KC's defense. Yeah, I thought the defense would hold up better against him. And like you said, though, it was a good game, but still.
And Mickey, I'm very sorry to say this, but I'm glad the Bills won. Sorry, Mickey. I probably just lost a subscriber on that one.
You might have. You gotta learn when to be quiet there, guy. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, they still only lost by 7. So that touchdown that Hail Mary at the end, that would have done it. But quite frankly, judging from what I'm seeing on this record, Bills are 6-2, Chiefs are 5-4, but the Chiefs are 1-3 away from Arrowhead.
Yeah,
that's not a good thing. And Dallas is not much better, but I'm still you can't go on the road to be 1-4, or whatever.
And the Colts look like they're coming back to the pack. They're 7-2 now. They did not look like a 7-1 team.
No. But I tell you what, though, the games they were playing, I think it had to do with more so with their competition early on, and the fact that Michael Pittman was tearing people up. Yeah. And I mean, they were playing out of their minds, and the defense was playing out of their minds. They're due for a come down, a drop off every once in a while, and you're playing in Pittsburgh, so it's kind of tough on that one.
Yeah, it's hard to win on the road in the NFL. But this Seattle game, Nemo, the Commanders, what a stupid downgrade.
Yeah, I was about to show that one. I was like, you're dang right. Yeah, and I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm all for that Nancy Boys thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that's one of the worst names in sports.
Yeah, no,
the Commanders, and I really wish they would go back to the Redskins. I mean, that's the whole thing with that. That's a tribute to that Indian tribe, whatever Indian tribe it was. But
yeah, and
anyway, the Seahawks are just all over Washington.
Still dragging them, yeah.
I mean, they're making Washington look like a 1-10 team. This is
so pretty much like crazy. What
it's like playing
what happened to the Cowboys in Denver, huh?
Yeah. Oh, what a game that was!
God, that was
what a
game and I literally watched the first 2 series probably of it. They're like, nope, going to bed. Can't deal with that crap. It's stupid. They're stupid.
Yeah.
And no, I wasn't happy. I think I came up here and did something else. I think it was in the afternoon. So either way, they just didn't play worth crap.
Yeah.
And poor old Rob, the poor Lions. If they can get out of their own way, honestly. God.
I was disappointed. I thought that was going to be the game of the week here.
I did too.
But I turned it on. We have a TV at the office at work.
Yeah.
So I turned on, and it was who was on Fox? I guess it was the Colts and was it though? I don't know. Whoever was on Fox, it wasn't the Lions.
When the Vikings, the Lions probably threw something like the Packers at us or something.
Yeah, it was the Packers. Yeah, Packers and
Panthers
uniforms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to see the Panthers win though.
Yeah, Panthers won. They beat them 16-13.
Mm-hmm. On a last second field goal.
Yeah, as best I can tell. I mean, I didn't watch it or anything like that. Like I said, I've gotten to the point I don't watch the pros anymore. I don't care to watch them because I think they're all a bunch of whiners for the most part.
Yeah.
And the art of football is gone. I mean, I was sitting there watching the Texas Vanderbilt game yesterday, and I was sitting there noticing. And of course, Texas, they played for the first time. They played the first 3 quarters like they really meant something. You know what I mean? And Manning looked good and everything. But I knew when they got up 34-10, I was like, you watch. They're going to go to a prevent. They're going to go laying off. And what happened? All of a sudden, chunk plays started happening. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some questionable things. Like that 2-point conversion was not a 2-point conversion. That dude did not get across the daggum line.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, he did not. You could see on the actual camera that he did not get across the line on that 2-point conversion, but they gave it to him. So it's 34-31. They had to get it. They still had to get an onside kick, which they didn't, but still.
Yeah.
I've noticed this with a lot of the teams. They get a little bit of a lead and they start slacking off. Next thing you know, you're in a fight, and I hate that.
You can't do that early in a game against a ranked team. I mean, if it's
number 9.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember the last time that Vanderbilt was ranked, period, much less number 9.
Yeah. I mean, Vandy's an awesome team.
Oh,
I mean,
that kid that's their quarterback, he reminds me so much of freaking Jeff Garcia. It's not even funny. The way he moves.
What's his last name?
Pavin or something like that.
He goes with a P.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head, but that dude, I tell you what, he could have really lit Texas up more. But they were those first 3 quarters, they had him stifled.
Yeah,
and then, like I said, but we had 3 injuries at the defensive secondary by the 3rd quarter. 2 more injuries on offense. I was like, man, they're dropping like flies. Please don't do this now. Please don't do this now.
So, what I don't like is, Vandy was ranked 9th when they played Texas, right?
Yeah.
They dropped all the way to 15th.
Yeah, and Texas jumped to 13.
Yeah. I mean, to come up just short like that against Texas, I don't know that I would drop them that far down. Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think I'd have dropped them. Well, now they dropped to 15. Texas jumped to 13. So,
yeah,
it's only 6 spots. So, I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference in that situation.
Yeah,
as long as they're still didn't get dropped completely out. I mean,
no,
it was a good game. Vanderbilt looks more impressive than anybody I've seen out of that school in a long time. That's the best team by far they've had in I don't know how long.
Yeah,
and they're running back. Yeah. Bunch of doctors out there trying to play football. I mean, good Lord, come on now.
Yeah. It's good seeing teams like Vanderbilt, and hell, Indiana is number 2. I mean,
they're beasts. Have you seen them play?
Yeah.
I tell you what, Ohio State better buckle their chin straps when that comes around. Because they're going to be in a fight.
Yeah. And, it's nice to see. Everybody knows I'm an adopted Ohio State fan, but I love my Tigers.
As long as not the LSU Tigers.
Right. No, I don't like LSU.
Nobody does.
I just like not seeing Alabama and Georgia not in the top, 3.
Well, and
they're both
Georgia
4 and 5. Yeah.
Georgia. I mean, Georgia just played. They played
Florida. Yesterday,
and they barely beat them. Now Texas got beat by Florida. But, when you sit there and think about it, Florida is not a bad team. They're a couple of possessions away from being a good team, a really good team. They run out the yin-yang. Their defense flies at the ball. And quite frankly, I think Georgia escaped with one on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. When does the playoff rankings come out? Is that
Tuesday's the first one?
Tuesday? Okay.
I think this Tuesday's the first one.
It'll be interesting to see the rankings for that. Because
now think about it. Right now, if you want to think about it, there's 2. I think is Texas Tech still or Texas A&M still undefeated. So you've got Texas A&M. I think they're at number 3 right now.
Yep.
Those guys still have to play Texas. Okay. At Thanksgiving time, Texas has still got to play Georgia before that.
Yep.
If Texas wins out, Texas will win the SEC West still, and Georgia will. Well, Georgia will have 2 SEC losses at that point. Then,
yeah,
and that means Texas may not even be playing Georgia in the SEC title game. This is all fan booking type thing, obviously.
Yeah,
it
would probably end up being Alabama.
You would think, and Alabama's not no slouch. They're not as good as they had been, but they're not slouches either.
No.
So, and we're talking about SEC like the SEC is just going to roll over everybody anyway. When the SEC ain't won a daggum national title in what 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, hell, look at Ohio State and Indiana. And Texas A&M. They're all undefeated.
Yeah,
and I don't think anybody's going to beat Ohio State and Indiana unless they play each other. Well, they'll play each other.
They'll have to play each other in the Big Ten championship for sure.
Yeah. And I like seeing that the Big Ten has a championship game instead of just the best record in that conference.
They used to hurt Ohio State and Michigan when they would get into those national championship games and stuff, because Ohio State would have 30-something days of nothing, no practice, no football playing time. So that's how come they would get beat so badly by somebody like Florida. I think it was Florida beat them one time.
Yeah.
Golly, I'm trying to remember there was another one, and I can't remember which one it was. It might have been, no, it wasn't Georgia. Either way, there was a conference title versus them, and they were dull when you could tell they were off when they got to the.
And that's one thing I'm not crazy about the college football playoffs, or even before the playoffs when the bowl games. I mean, you have these teams that the season basically ends 1st of December.
Yeah,
and they don't play the big games until New Year's Eve, New Year's first couple weeks in January.
Yeah,
but I guess with the playoffs and I guess with the expanded playoffs, they're going to have more meaningful games early in December and just keep on playing through that. So
yeah,
that'll be interesting to see how was it 12 teams this year?
Yes, this year's 12 team. Wasn't last year 12 team? Now I think about it, or was it 8?
It might have been. I thought it was 8, and this year they expanded it to 12.
Yeah, neither here nor there. It's going to be fun watching. I prefer this style over just writers and coaches picking the national title or the BCS BS that's has the computer averages to them and stuff.
Yeah,
so
make them win it on the field.
Exactly,
and not just the best bowl game or whatever.
Yeah, take your conference champions, obviously, and then the best out of the rest.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and but honestly, look at it now. I mean, SMU might be the ACC champion by the time it's all said and done, just like they were last year. They may end up having to jump in, but they've already beat Clemson this year. They just beat freaking Miami, knocked Miami off, and I was like, I was so happy. God, I was so happy.
Yeah, Miami dropped all the way down to 19, just ahead of Mizzou.
Yep.
At Mizzou has a chance to beat Texas A&M.
Yeah.
They play in Columbia next week, and
I about to say, and A&M does not travel well. When A&M gets up there, if the Mizzou can jump on them, which I know Mizzou can, you rattle that quarterback a couple of times, he's going to fight the rest of the way. Now they might still win by 2 or 3 or 3 or 4, whatever the case might be, but they're not going to blow them out.
Problem is the Mizzou starting quarterback Bo Perbula just got dislocated ankle in the last game, so they got a true freshman playing. So I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that with the true freshman they don't have a whole lot of tape on this guy.
Yeah,
and hopefully he surprises them. I mean, I think that would be a huge win. I think the defense can hold.
Yeah,
and attack and everything, but I don't know. The offense just scares me.
Yeah, I can understand it. I can understand it. You think the Longhorns offense doesn't scare me?
Yeah. I mean, you never know what you're going to get with Arch Manning. I mean, a couple games early in the year, he was just flat.
God awful.
Yeah.
God awful.
Yeah. And I guess for 3 quarters, what is today? Sunday? Yesterday.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good. I didn't get to see it, but it sounded like he played pretty good. But
I'm gonna tell you what, I watched that first half and into the third quarter before I kind of came upstairs and started working on some other stuff. But he looked sharp. He was moving the pocket, and they start Wisner's back too, that running back. And with him back in there, that just opens a whole other can of worms there. I mean, but then they lost 2 receivers in the third quarter. They got still his roommate, the I can't remember the kid's name, Gardner or whatever it is. It's a wideout. That's Arch Manning's roommate, and that dude. They can't lose track of that dude in the secondary. If you lose track of him, he slips in behind people, kind of like the way Colt McCoy and Jordan Shipley used to be.
Right.
You can't lose track of them guys. If you do, it's on.
Yeah, exactly. And they make these kids so fast nowadays. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, now the best thing that's happened to me in the last week and a half, though, has been LSU firing freaking Brian Kelly.
There's been that's the thing with college football nowadays, in my opinion, that if teams don't win, especially with the playoffs system that they have, if teams don't win, the coaches are gone real quick.
Yeah, and they work the buyouts. They get the buyouts that way.
I mean, sign me up for that. I mean,
yeah, no
these
kidding.
Coaches are getting what, $50 million to go away?
Well, quite frankly, this is the way Brian Kelly's career has been to me. Yeah. He should have never been in charge at freaking Notre Dame at all. He should have never been the first right out of the box. Brian Kelly was at I believe it was Louisville. No, that was Bobby Petrino. I'm trying to remember which one he was first before he went to Notre Dame. Let me look it up real quick because he left them in literally as they were getting ready for a bowl game. He left them.
Oh, and I kind of remember that too.
Yeah, and I was hot at that. Oh man, I was hot at that crap because I was like, you got to be kidding me. You don't just coaches don't just run off and leave that kid. Leave them people. It really sucks. Central Michigan, Cincinnati. He was at Cincinnati. Is what it was.
Yeah,
and God, when he left Cincinnati, left them. They've just gotten it, and he gets just up and leaves and goes to Notre Dame right before the bowl game. Yeah. And I was like, That made me mad. And that Mantateo guy had his issues while he was in charge too. So
yeah, that guy's a nutcase.
Oh yeah.
But another thing about college football is they don't give these coaches really any time to develop a system or anything. It's just, if you don't win in the first 2 years, 3 years, you're gone. And teams that have decent coaches now that are in place, they're going to get plucked to go to Florida, wherever, places like that, and they're going to expect them to win right away. And that just in college football, that just isn't the case. Well, I guess nowadays with the NIL and the transfer portal, I guess it's more.
It's hard. It's hard to keep them, because if they don't get playing time, they immediately jump in that transfer portal and they're gone. And they don't have to sit out a year anymore, the way I understand it, which really drives me nuts. This is not the pros. You can't just pick and choose. When you sign on the dotted line, but I think this should be for the coaches as well. You sign on that dotted line, you're there for that season. Now, if you get a job offer after the season's over, that's one thing. But you do not leave those kids high and dry.
No. And really, you are talking about kids who are developing in the game of football that need that coach to guide them and to help them grow into their profession.
That's why Saban was so good there, but crap in the NFL.
And that's why so many coaches that are really good in not just Saban, but coaches good in college just don't seem to cut it in the NFL. I mean, look how many times
it's the ego.
Who was the coach for Michigan that's in San Diego?
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, Harbaugh. I mean, look at him. How many times that he's come and gone?
Yeah, I mean, he left wherever he was at, went to San Francisco, then went back to Michigan, and then after he won the national title, then got on suspension after winning the national title for cheating, and then went to the Chargers.
Yeah, and I don't think that's right. That he just gets to
walk
get
away.
out of there, and nothing happened to him. I mean, there should be something going
There
on.
was one. I'm trying to remember which one it was. There was one. It was a. I think it was a running back for Ohio State that played for Jim Tressel, and I came more Maurice Claret,
Okay.
and he came out early, and then he had a NCAA violation after he came out, and the
Really?
NFL enforced that NCAA violation that they suspended him for 2 games or whatever. The NFL enforced it for him.
Good
He
for
had
them.
to sit out his first 2 games. So
Good for them.
I was like, that's cool. I mean, but they don't do it to the coaches.
No.
If they did, Jim Harbaugh would have had to be done for the rest of that year. He wouldn't even been able to coach.
Right.
So I mean,
But yeah. He jumped ships. Meanwhile, Michigan kind of sucks for a little while, and then he's just.
Hey, Riley, what's going on? It's all Riley's out there.
Yeah.
Riley Ivy, ain't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's well, my biggest, like I told you what I felt about Brian Kelly. I was upset about that, and when he took over LSU, I was like, because that's an alma mater thing or what. He crapped all over people when LSU was having problems under him. People from the NFL that there's a lineman that plays for the Rams, had been there, was part of the national championship team down there. He's won Super Bowls, it was all NFL. He's been Pro Bowls and stuff. I can't remember the dude's name to save me now though, but he offered to help come down, mentor, and help with the program. And he
Really?
yeah, I'll get back to you on that. Just kind of like that. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Wow, and nothing ever happened with
No,
it. The guy offers to help, and nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
No, and that's the way this guy is though, because he also shit all over a kid that was the captain on that team, and the kid caught a disease, and he essentially shriveled to nothing. He literally, this kid was on death's doorstep, and he had to learn to walk again, almost like he had several strokes, if I'm not mistaken.
That's sad.
But he had to walk. He learned to walk again. He did, and everybody came to see that man. Never once. He was a captain on your team, and you never once picked up the phone to call him, or went to see him in the hospital. And his dad told the story. I think it was Ryan Clark that did the story on it on ESPN, and that's why I was like, if you get Ryan Clark pissed off and telling you F off, you've done something really wrong. And that was a tough guy. Ryan Clark was a tough player.
Yeah.
But he's always an upstanding guy. So
I mean, that's got to be in the minority of the coaches in college football. Even in the pros, you see every time somebody's hurt, you see a coach run out there on the field just to make sure that his guy's okay and to be there with him. I mean,
look at any injury. Look at any injury with LSU, and I bet money he isn't out there on that field.
No, and I get you got to get ready for the next play or whatever, but you got to make sure that your kid is doing okay, and I mean, you might not be able to do anything, but you could be there for moral support, and that's all part of,
if nothing else,
teaching.
Especially it's a captain on your team.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I mean, that's the guy makes me mad even looking at him because I will never support him. In fact, I've got friends down in Lake Arthur, Louisiana, and my dad was in the Air Force with the old guy, back in the 50s. Every time they call and talk about LSU, I said, tell them LSU sucks.
And somebody made the comment on I'm a nerd. I listen to a lot of sports talk radio here.
Oh yeah, I used to.
A lot of LSU's games are always at night.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I
mean, can't they get an afternoon game? I mean, most everybody else gets afternoon game. I mean, Georgia gets afternoon games. Ohio State has mostly afternoon games.
Because they think LSU's going to be a big draw. Honestly, I bet that's money. That's what it is.
I mean, they're not really ranked that high.
They're not ranked at all right now, are they?
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think so. But I can see a team like a top 5 team maybe getting the primetime games, but they hardly ever.
No.
If and somebody made the comment that they heard that they play the night games mostly because it's too hot down there. Well, that's bullshit. Yeah,
I'm about to say, wait a second. Texas just played at 11 o'clock in the afternoon. They played it at 11 or 2 o'clock when they played OU. We're in the fall. There is no hot. There's humidity. There. Don't get me wrong. Now, when it first starts in September, there's some 100-degree days still at that point.
Yeah.
But it's no worse than anybody else.
No. So I don't think that's a real reason. But I mean, yeah, they need afternoon games. They're not the big draw. Notre Dame maybe more night games just because of their history. But save the. So I heard that the NFL even has like a flex schedule that if it's a really a primetime game that's in the afternoon, maybe move it to the evening.
The evening,
maybe they do that with college. I don't know. Those games are planned so far ahead, and every time I see it, it's always time to be determined. Why don't you just flex those games and say, hey, let's get the primetime games.
Let's see what's going to be. I mean, because there were several years, and I'm going way back now. I say way back. Let's go back to 2006, 2005, 2006. Vince Young is only because I know Texas history better than any of the others. But there was a series there, in 2006, 2005, 2006, 2007 time frame where Texas and Ohio State played back and forth several times during that time frame. Because that's why I remember, Jim Tressel so well, because he was friends with Mac Brown, and they were able to work it out and everything. They got everything done, and that helped both those teams grow. The 1 year Texas won by a last-second touchdown from Vince Young. We went on to win the national title. The next year, Ohio State, you had Troy Smith as quarterback, and he takes you to the wins by a touchdown, I think, in the last 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. It's always whoever had the ball last, it would win. But that was Colt McCoy's first year. Well, that's the year Troy Smith and Ohio State went and took the national title. So, I mean, these guys, there's so much parity now, though. They don't have to go out and find that stuff. It's all in their own conferences now.
Yeah.
They've done a good job of leveling the playing field. So
they have really, and that's probably the transfer portal and the NIL. Whoever, again, here we go again. Whichever team has the deepest pocketed boosters, they're gonna start winning here pretty soon. And Nemo said, surprising college football hasn't collapsed by now. I think it's coming,
starting on the way, because it's going back to that same spot as where the NFL's at right now.
Yeah, but unlike baseball, where you have a few teams that have such huge $500 million payrolls, it seems like there's a lot of boosters in college football that are each team has a good amount of boosters, and it's not one team so far seems like it's going crazy with the NIL money and stuff, and the I guess transfer portal money, and I don't know how that works. But.
Well, and what I've noticed, and what I actually absolutely laugh about 3/4 of the time, you see these guys. Well, I'm just going to enter the transfer portal, and we've seen it happen several times now in the last couple of years. Guy doesn't get his playing time he thinks he should get, so he gets in the transfer portal, gets over to a new team, completely shits the bed, becomes a complete and utter afterthought, and nobody gives a crap no more. That's why I keep telling. Don't trust just the one person. You got to look at the whole team. He's doing this kind of stuff with this team. What does he have around him? Exactly. So
yeah, I mean, the team B might not have the staff around them. Maybe not the players, but not the coaching staff might not be as good as his former team, and they're not able to coach him up. Yeah, and that's just as big of an issue as having good players around you.
Yeah, I mean, and that's. Once again, I keep coming back to Texas because I know all the history of Texas more than any of the others. But, when Charlie Strong took over that program after Mac Brown retired before he went to North Carolina again, when Charlie Strong, I was in hog heaven because he was a defensive-minded coach. He was a disciplinarian, and he treated these kids like they were young men. You know what I mean? There wasn't no berating. There wasn't no nothing. But they had to wear on game day game days, they had to wear a suit and tie. When they were in their classes, he insisted that they had to sit in the front row.
Really?
Yeah, he made, and he had his assistant coaches going through and checking them out to make sure
Wow.
they were sitting in the front row. And that was the last time I saw an offense running an I formation almost religiously.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, these guys are getting ready for the pros. They're not going out there running all this run and gun stuff at that time, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, he's getting them ready for the pros. He's instilling a discipline in them that they need.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave him 3 years. I'm like,
that's not going to work.
He didn't even see his first full class,
Yeah.
And what happens the next year? They get Tom Herman. Tom Herman has 2 good years on Charlie Strong's recruiting.
Yep. Yeah. Like I said, college coaches need at least 5 years.
Yeah.
To get
Minimum.
their system going. Yeah. And, if these athletic directors or whatever, if you don't produce in 3 years, you're gone. And the thing that kills me is if they get a buyout, and it's usually
that's it. What it is.
Yeah,
contract,
yeah, and if they get fired, get them out of that contract. I mean, they shouldn't be owed $50 million to go someplace else.
No, not one bit. I mean, or at least put a no compete clause on it. Hey, you take this buyout, you can't coach for nobody else until the end of this contract term.
Yeah, I like that idea.
But the problem is with that, though, he's not the one quitting. You're the one firing him.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really enforce a no compete if you're firing him.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but once again, you just got coaches, though, once again, like Brian and Kelly, they're just shitbag coaches that latch on somewhere and have people buffaloed. And John Calipari is probably the one that I would bring up most as comparable in college hoops. College hoops coaches are notorious to do the one and done thing. They go out and get that high schooler. They get build up their team for a 1-year shot.
Mm-hmm.
Once they get at it, those kids are off to the NBA.
Yeah,
they go back and get a next one, and then as they keep doing that, they keep making mistakes and recruiting violations and stuff like. John Calipari left 3 different teams in complete shambles because of his violations.
And it correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like, and I don't follow basketball at any level, so I might be wrong on this. I don't know.
No,
it seems like college basketball players don't stick around more than 2 years.
That's the most nowadays. If they're any good. Any good.
Yeah. They seem to jump just awfully quick to the pros. Whereas, college football players, they tend to, I don't remember hearing many of them leaving early, or certainly no high school.
No, never no high school that's because the NFL had a rule for the longest time. They had to complete college before they could come to the NFL at one time.
Okay.
But Herschel Walker, when he went to the USFL back in the 80s, he kind of blew that one out of the water because he came out as a junior.
Yeah.
And or after his junior season, I should say. When he came out, all of a sudden now they're starting to talk. But NFL still took 15 years before they instituted the rule that they could come out after their junior year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they had to have a minimum of, they quote unquote said they had to have a minimum of 3 years of college. And to this day, that's still the rule as far as I know.
That makes sense that, football is such a more violent sport. And if you're not developed enough to, I guess, withstand all the physical punishment of the NFL from college, you're not going to last. You're not going to last.
There's been a handful of players that have been good. I mean, as far as if you're talking about high school to the pros, as far as the NBA goes, you can count on 2 fingers the ones that really counted, and that was Kobe and freaking LeBron.
Yep.
Okay. Now those 2 guys, but they were generational talents, though. Honestly, they're above and beyond. Now the rest of them, even these ones, Kevin Durant. I love Kevin Durant because he played for Texas, but he was not truly ready to come out at that time. He should have gone 3 years. He would have won and went to the NBA. And that's what a lot of them have done. They do 1 and they're really good. They go to the NBA, get paid. Got nothing to hold against them, but they're really not mentally ready for it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why the ones coming over from Europe, like the Dirk Nowitzkis, the Luka Doncic, even though they're young, they've lived in a different range. They've already been playing pro before they ever get here.
Yeah.
Different animals. Their mindset's totally different than this kid coming out of college.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think they should go back to, because at one time it was the same way as the NFL. At one time, as far as the NBA went, they had to go to school for 3 years because Michael Jordan went 4 years, Larry Bird went 4 years, even though he played at two different schools. He finished at Indiana State as a senior, and the biggest one that came out early at that time was Magic Johnson. He came out after 3 years, but he had to go 3 years.
And that just makes sense. On just about every level. Get your education first. I mean, you're not going to be playing sports forever.
No,
it's usually, I don't know what the average length of a football player's career is or a basketball player's career.
I would play 5 years max as average, I should say.
Yeah.
Because they get blown out real quick.
Yeah. And especially in football.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get that career and,
I saw a picture today. It was on Facebook. There's a picture of Y.A. Tittle. I don't know if you know who Y.A. Tittle is.
I've heard the name. I don't remember.
He's an old football player. He was a quarterback and a kicker from the 50s and 40s, 50s, and 60s. He had played for 26 years at that point. The man was 47 years old playing kicker still, okay? And there was a picture of him kneeling down in the end zone, his head all bloodied up on one side and stuff like that, because that's back when they played with either the single or no face mask half the time. But that, I just thought about it, like, that's the epitome of a tough guy right there. Now, he could have taken, I don't think he could take the hits these kids are throwing now.
No.
I mean, but back then, it was an art of football. You tackled. You didn't just throw in shoulders and try and knock somebody completely out. You actually tackled. So
you didn't have to have the targeting rule way back then, and as you do now.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There were some that hit you, but if you look at Butkus, was one of the meanest ones in the world. They said, as far as the way he played and how vicious he played and how hard he hit. But you look at every one of his hits, he never did anything to hurt somebody.
No.
He literally will put his face mask into the chest of somebody and drive through them. Okay, and wrap them up and take them down. That isn't coming over as they're coming across the middle and throwing a shoulder at them as they're not even seeing it coming.
Right.
To me, that's still a cheap shot. And that all started way back with Ronnie Lott, really, if you want to get right down to it.
Yeah. But then again, the Ronnie Lott tackles of the world, I mean, they hit you coming across the middle. It was a legal hit at the time.
Yep.
And those receivers learned their lesson pretty damn quick that
they knew how to get down and get out of the way if they could.
You're not going to get across the middle of this field without getting.
Think about it, Ronnie Lott. All those hits you saw him. How many of those receivers stayed down?
Yeah, exactly.
I can't even think of a whole lot of them. Really, he would hit them, but they would usually shake it off, right back up. Let's keep going. Now, did they probably have a concussion? More than likely, because there were some vicious hits.
Yeah, and they just, I mean, Lord knows what they're like now.
Oh yeah, they're hitting harder than Ronnie Lott did.
Yeah. It's crazy seeing the players get up from some of these hits now, and it's just, hell, I'd be scared to death to walk on that field.
I'm way too small for them guys. They're too big for me. I don't want them to touch me. I'm a chicken shit. I admit it.
I'm more of a kicker's build, so
I'm not even that. I'm the old fat boy kicker that you saw out there. That's what I am. But I mean, it's okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't like football per se, but I just think they've gotten away from playing football and just trying to hurt people.
Yeah.
More than that. Don't get me wrong. We can go on the other side of the coin and say, hey, these refs need to stop throwing these flags at some of the stupidest crap in the world.
100%.
Troy Aikman Troy Aikman, of all people, getting in trouble for saying that the quarterbacks are wearing dresses now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
hilarious.
There's so much that they that the whole protecting the quarterback thing, I think, is the worst. I
got you, Nemo. I got you, Nemo. Yeah, I'm with you.
But you barely touch, you barely breeze past the quarterback. Oh my God, 15-yard penalty. You looked at him wrong. No,
exactly.
No. Let these players get hit. I mean,
yeah,
they'll learn.
I mean, use the right stuff, common sense. Because I'm telling you, most of these quarterbacks have learned, and now they're playing it up.
Yeah,
they're trying to get that yardage.
In the Kansas City Buffalo game, Jake Allen was scrambling for a few yards or whatever, and he went to slide, and one of the Chiefs defenders kind of went by him and just barely tapped his helmet. His head snapped back like he was just shot or something like that. He didn't get the call. He didn't get a penalty,
but he tried, didn't he?
He did get a new commercial deal out of the thing. So
tell me, freaking if Pat Mahomes had done that, you'd have had 50 flags thrown.
Oh yeah. The guy would have gotten ejected and everything.
Oh yeah.
So. Yeah, and some of the I'm just watching this now, the football game. Some of these pass interference calls.
Yeah.
I mean, they're hand checking, and both players are doing it. So how do you necessarily
call one versus the other?
Exactly.
And I've said, listen, guys, I got 2 80-year-olds downstairs, and when we're watching football, my mother likes to tell everybody what she knows. Okay, and we'll sit there, and she hasn't even looked at the screen. She's watching her little tablet while she's playing her solitaire and crap on, right? Or phase 10 or whatever she's playing. And there'll be a pass interference call or some crap like, well, he didn't do it. Mom, you didn't even look up. What are you talking about? He didn't do it. And she keeps on going. Knows. And I'm like, I look up and I'm watching it, and I'm like, yeah, he did. I'm sitting there watching. He mugged him. What are you talking about? Yeah, he did. And of course, it's normally the Cowboys, obviously, at that point. And then they call it offensive pass interference. She's like, no, he didn't. I said, Mom, you cannot do this to the defender and then catch the ball. Okay, it doesn't work like that.
Unless you're Kansas City, you can't do that.
Yeah. But yeah, she's I have to walk away sometimes. I can't watch a whole game with her because we'll be talking about the philosophies of those players' lives as being the factor of why they didn't win. They didn't do things the right way, did they?
No.
I don't know. I haven't talked to them. We haven't done confessional, so.
The only person in my house that'll sit down and watch a football game with me is my dog. So yeah.
Yeah, you get animated like I do, huh?
Yeah. Well, my wife doesn't like football. My son doesn't like football or sports. Really, for that matter. And really, it's just the dog that just wants to sit and snuggle with me, and that's really about it. So I end up texting during the game more than anything. So
well, I sit there and especially when the Cowboys are good. Now we get in if you'd have come to me in 92 to 95 and 96 time frame during a Cowboy game, I'd have told you stay at the door. You get in my way, we're going to have issues. Okay.
Yep.
But as I got older, I was like, this is not worth me kicking the backside of my couch and breaking my foot. I mean, it's just not worth it. And I'm like, the more, of course, the Cowboys started going downhill after that. I was like, yeah, this really ain't worth it now.
Yeah, no, they haven't been great in a long time.
And, I mean, not even close.
No, I mean, tomorrow night's going to be a classic. I think a classic Cowboys Cardinal matchup. I mean, I
remember the old days when they were both AFC or NFC East.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I went to at least one Cardinals Cowboys Monday night game here in St. Louis when the Cardinals were still here, and man. Those were, I remember watching them on TV. Those were some tough games.
Oh God, they tear each other up.
Cards, Cowboys, Giants, throw the Redskins in there.
Yep.
Eagles. Oh man,
we used to tear each other up in that old NFC East. I mean, the St. Louis Cardinals is what they always have been to me. So, y'all had a kid that was a receiver. I can't remember his name now, but he was number 81. I remember the number to this
Mel
day.
Gray.
I think that's what it was, Mel Gray.
Mm-hmm.
But freaking the quarterback at the time, it was
Neil Lomax or Bob Hart.
I think it was Hart. I think it was Hart on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And Hart hit him in dead stride down the center. And I'm sitting there watching. This is back when Cliff Harris and Thomas Henderson, Hollywood Henderson played linebacker for him. I mean, it's a doomsday defense time for him, you know. Cliff Harris used to be a hard hitter too, but you know he couldn't really run with the real good wide receivers. That's around the time Everson Walls came in. When Everson Walls got on him, nothing. So they started moving him away from Everson Walls.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, he got Cliff Harris out there going, "What am I supposed to do? He's running right by me. I can't do nothing." I mean, he keep up. I mean, don't get me wrong. It got to the point that Cliff Harris would just grab him as he went by and take the defensive holding penalty.
Yeah,
so he didn't give him a touchdown.
Sometimes that's better.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
use
even
your
nowadays.
head.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that was a different style of football back then. I mean, you actually had I formations and running games and stuff like that. We got them now, but it's all based off of the shotgun and the read pass option.
Yeah, and you know it's funny back then, like you said, the offense was you'd only see a shotgun if it was third down and long or whatever.
Yeah.
And now, when don't you see the shotgun? I mean,
it's almost all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I like that. I think I just like the old school football. Just, you know, everything's in the mud and the dirt and all that stuff. And
there's something to be said for that. Honestly, there really is. That's a hell of a way to grow up watching that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, true home field advantage. I mean, if you have a dome stadium team going down to, I don't know, Miami or whatever and playing in a torrential downpour
in a mud pit,
or going up to Green Bay and playing in the snow and ice and stuff, that's a real home field advantage to me.
Soldier Field the same way, playing in Chicago in the heyday.
Yep.
And the old Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. Good God, didn't I go? Don't go in there when Bradshaw was quarterback. Don't go in there. Just don't go in there.
Yeah. That and I was just gonna say the other one. I lost it. Oh well. But yeah, those are some good old football games.
Oh yeah.
Not so much now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean it's just the way the world has changed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have tuned in to listen to us get old.
Speaking of buying championships, how about that World Series last night?
Oh my God. Don't get me started. I have not. I've never been a Dodgers fan. No. I've never been a Yankees fan. I like the Yankees a little bit better than I like the Dodgers, but I've never been a fan. I've always been a Rangers fan for the most part, really, because that's the only team I ever knew. But we had so many years of futility that I just listened to it a little bit here and there. And hey, I'd keep track in the '80s. I keep track of Buddy Bell, Rusty Greer, all those guys like that. And you had Juan Gonzalez in the '90s, and we even had Canseco with us for a little while. But
yeah.
I mean, I loved it. I mean, I loved just being able to go to the park. I mean, at that time, go to the ballpark, that was all it was. And we went the old Arlington Stadium. We went to that. And when the ballpark in Arlington got built before the one that's right now, the Globe Life Field, then ballpark in Arlington became Globe Life Park or whatever it was. But there was a guy named Young. I can't remember what, Alvin or something like that, Young, that played left field for the Yankees. And the last time I went to the ballpark in Arlington, we were playing the Yankees. And I was sitting there watching it. And over on the side, you could see this guy playing catch with kids up in the stand. They were warming up with him. And I was like, that's what this stuff is supposed to be about right there.
Yep.
So, I mean.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times at different stadiums where players you see that on Facebook or even Sports Center or whatever. I don't watch Sports Center anymore, but you see that every now and then that players are playing catch with the fans, and that's pretty cool.
I like it. I like it. That's what it's supposed to be about. You know, I mean, they're supposed to be out there. It's America's pastime. These kids look up to them. They need to do it right.
Yep, exactly. Dodgers fans, the most foul-mouthed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those Phillies are pretty bad, especially, Philly Karen,
Yeah, when they're stealing balls from a
from
kid or whatever.
Yeah.
And hell, the Phillies fans, they boo Santa Claus. So, I mean, how can you get much worse than booing Santa Claus?
Like I said, Philadelphia in itself, the Eagles and them and the Flyers. Good Lord. They're all they're just, I don't even know how to put Philly fans. I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any desire to go to Philadelphia to watch a sporting event.
No.
So nope, I mean, they can keep their things.
That being said, Cam Scatabo had or Scatabo, however you pronounce his last name, had gotten injured, last week when the Giants were playing the Eagles. The head of security at Veterans Stadium, whatever Philadelphia Stadium is now. It used to be Veterans Stadium way back when, but I don't even remember what it is. Lincoln Financial Field. I don't know.
It used to be Lincoln. I think it is.
I don't remember.
Whatever. Yeah.
It was Veterans Field at one time. But anyway, the head of security there made sure his family was taken to the hospital, made sure they all had food and places to stay. He took care of them. The organization of Philadelphia Eagles took care of him after that pretty bad little ankle break, if you want to get right down to it. So, but it was a dislocation, which we've seen ankle dislocations more and more over the last several years too. And that's just like something's not right if you're getting this now and we never got it before. You know what I mean?
It could be that the players are just so much bigger nowadays
that's true too.
You're gonna get rolled up on, and you're going into these big piles. I mean, this happened to the Mizzou quarterback. He got rolled up on and bent backwards, and I guess his ankle didn't move with it.
Oh,
and it just popped. It wasn't a broken ankle; it was a dislocation. Yeah,
and sometimes I think that's worse because you know how many surgeries you got to do to get that thing repaired.
Oh yeah, and then you go back to was it Joe Theismann that got his knee completely blown out or whatever?
His leg. It was actually the leg. I remember watching that with Lawrence Taylor, and Lawrence Taylor, you could see when he was, of course, he's planting the leg trying to let Lawrence Taylor go by, and Lawrence is grabbing him and kind of doing this, and as he's planted, it's just that was a freak one because that was right in the middle of the leg, the lower leg, and you just watch it snap and go down in two, and for anybody that's ever seen anything like that. There's a wrestling match out there with Psycho Sid Vicious, where he comes off the second rope, and when he comes off the second rope, he lands flat-footed, and you just watch one leg completely destroy itself. I mean, it's like dangling type thing. And talk about going to black real quick. It was on a pay-per-view, so they were like, "What the?" The poor opponent didn't know what the hell to do.
Yeah.
But going back to Theismann, Lawrence Taylor saw it happen. And he was on top of Theismann. And I sat there and I'm watching him, and he is doing a push-up and lifting the entire pile up. That's how scared the dude was. Wow. He was holding the entire pile up off of him, and everybody got off. And he's the one waving over to the Redskins saying, "Get your asses out here. Come on, let's go." He was really messed up by it.
Oh, I bet. I mean, I don't remember seeing anything more gruesome than that. And, as you're describing it, I'm seeing
you can remember it now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's one thing that, it's like a bad car wreck. You can't look away.
No,
I mean, you don't forget stuff like that. And
no,
it's just,
I mean, the same thing with, Dallas had a guy named Alan Hurd, I think, or Alan something or other, was one of the receivers a few years back. He had the same thing happen to him. It took him a year to come back from it. Freaking Dak Prescott the very next year had the same thing happen to him. And I'm just like, somebody got to quit riding these guys down is what's happening. They're riding them down, and they're so heavy and they're so big. They're knocking these guys' ankles out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
think that's a big part of it, that, they make these kids so big nowadays that you got 300-pound kids in high school.
Yeah,
and they're gonna get rolled up on eventually. Some of the smaller quarterbacks, running backs, whatever, they're gonna get rolled up on, and it's not gonna be pretty.
No, it's not.
We're seeing that. No,
and what's really bad, I mean, okay, do you remember the old movie, the old TV show Hunter?
Oh yeah,
with Fred Dreyer.
Mm-hmm.
Now Fred Dreyer was a defensive end for the daggum L.A. Rams, a defensive end. He's like 6'4" and weighed 240 pounds. That's how big he was at his playing weight, and he was a quote unquote fearsome defensive end.
Yep.
He wouldn't even make linebacker now.
No. Some of these, I mean, especially the interior linemen.
Yeah.
They're the entire line, it seems.
Yeah. That 350 pounds that you put up there is nothing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The refrigerator, William Perry.
Nothing.
He wouldn't even make it now.
No.
I mean, he just wouldn't make it.
I had a friend. My wife used to work with this gal who her son played football. I can't remember what college he went to, but I think he might have gotten. I don't think he got drafted, but he was on the practice squad of the Raiders and maybe the Cowboys and another team. He was a big dude.
Yeah.
He was. I think he was a defensive end, but he was massive. And something happened where he didn't make the team, and he just ended up getting out of football. That dude lost a ton of weight, and I mean, it seemed like it came off as quickly as it went on, and he just doesn't look like the same person. And you wonder, after these people finish playing, these big 350, 80-pound linemen, what happens to them after they play? I mean, do they lose the weight? Because they're not working out as much, and I'm sure their metabolism just slows down. What happens to them? I mean, are they that big? Are their knees just completely shot and they can't do anything after this?
That and I can't tell you. I mean, because honestly, it's just it hurts even thinking about it half the time.
Yeah, I mean, look at Dan Deerdorf, the lineman for the football Cardinals. He's got terrible knees. They all have terrible knees.
Yeah,
and it's I know it was mostly the AstroTurf that they played on that just wasn't that cushiony or thick on top of concrete. But yeah, I mean, you see all the linemen now with knee braces and stuff, and they still get twisted knees and stuff.
Yeah,
and
out there playing with those knee braces on half the time. I'm like, now you've got a brace out there on somebody that isn't wrapped up properly. If it isn't wrapped up properly, it causes a problem for somebody else to get hurt.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, we've gone an hour. We're just talking about BSing about football, about not being football's not like it used to be. It doesn't seem like, but I mean,
two water boys are talking about the big boys in football.
You don't scare me.
Hang on, let me get out of this real quick.
Now there was one thing somebody asked me the other day. He said, "Hey, when do you think somebody will break Emmitt Smith's rushing record?" I said, "They never will."
No.
They're like, "Why do you think?" I said, "Because there's no running back now that will ever have the longevity to be able to break that record." I was surprised that Emmitt was able to get to Peyton's record. I really was. But then again, I was surprised that Peyton took Jim Brown's record too. So.
I mean, you look at players like Derrick Henry, who, if he would stay healthy, maybe, but I mean, he's so big and just such a bruising runner. There's no way his body's going to hold out for that. And
no, he's already losing a step.
Yeah,
he really is.
Yeah.
So I mean, and there's no. I hate to say it like this. There's really no dynamic running backs coming out of college. It's all about the quarterbacks and the receivers now, and the offensive lineman. Of course, the offensive lineman is where your money's at, right there.
Yeah.
So, I could not name you a single running back other than the ones that play for Texas.
Yeah, I don't think I could either, outside of the ones that play for Mizzou. Not even on Ohio State.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm trying to even think that the best runner that I've seen Mizzou play, or anybody really, is the quarterback for Vanderbilt. I mean, he's not a
not a quote unquote running back, but he's got that one little kid back there, but I couldn't tell you his name.
No. And I can't even remember the quarterback's name.
And like I said, I want to say it's Plavin or something like that. I think it's Plavin.
Let me look. I know his first name's Diego.
Yeah. Diego Plavin or Pavin or something like that.
Pavin, Vanderbilt. There's Vandy. Players. It's going to be here. Diego Pavia, Pavia.
Pavia. I don't know why I was thinking Plavin. Pavia is not even close to Plavin.
Well, it starts with a P and there's an A in there.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. But yeah, no, you're right. But like I said, he reminded me of Jeff Garcia early on.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on and helping me get through this hour.
Hey, no problem. It was fun. Always fun talking sports with you guys.
Oh yeah. If we get Rob to get out of his sadness on Sunday night sometime.
Oh. Has anybody checked on him yet? I
don't know. We might need to send somebody up to do a safety check on him.
Yeah. I was going to text him earlier, but during the game, I don't think that would have been a good idea.
He might have been throwing stuff at that point.
Yeah.
But, hey, they still only lost by 3. I mean, who's their quarterback again? I don't even remember. I know their running backs, but I don't know their quarterback. So.
Jared Goff?
That's right. Yeah, Jared Goff is their quarterback. They did the trade with Stafford, who had a monster day today, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. By the way, that was one of my fantasy football games. That was one against me.
Oh, of course.
So I started out in a 32-point hole right off the bat.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully Prescott has a good game for you tomorrow night.
Yeah. Now that this has happened, I'm going to say he's probably going to shit the bed just to piss me off. Probably. I mean, I've had Jake Ferguson I drafted him early on because hey, Prescott likes to go to the tight ends a lot, and Jake Ferguson's going to be the lead tight end. I need to get him on there. Well, yeah, I got him on there, all right. And he has played out of his mind till last week when I needed 10 points. He got 0 catches. 0. I'm like, damn it. I still won the game, though. I ended up catching it later, but still. That's good. I was like, damn
That's all that matters.
All right. Well, the fun is over. I need to go to bed because we both got to work tomorrow, don't we?
Yes, we do. Unfortunately.
You guys have fun. Thank you for being here. Hey, Riley, thanks for being here. Nemo, always good to see you. And y'all have fun. We'll see y'all next time.
See you guys.
Take me out to see that game with all the balls, or to the wrestling ring, best out of 3 falls. Donnie and Randy talking wrestling and sports. We're talking the ball pit. It's the best, of course, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it, 'cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast. They're all shit. Rob watches the Lions every Sunday night. Who even know which team Paul supposedly likes? Tex likes the Cowboys, it's his only shortfall. Jason McLean, just a fan of sports ball. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. Donnie and Randy, they freaking called it. 'Cause it's the ball pit, the ball pit. There's no better podcast. They're all shit. nice guy. Donnie Cho knows shit about sports, but he'll try. Donnie only knows wrestling and MMA. Together these two for the US of A.